Hi and welcome to the channel where we are storytelling and role-playing in Crusader Kings 3. This is my Iberian Struggle series where we are striving towards the end goal of the détente ending of the struggle. We are currently in the compromise phase, so it's a while to go before we can start thinking about ending this struggle, especially since this is a roleplay and a storytelling let's play, which means that I'm not going about doing things as effectively or optimally as possible. I am basing all decisions on my character's traits and his personality and the story I am developing here. Currently we are at peace. After last episode we conquered a lot of lands in a struggle clash against Al-Sark. Among them a new vassal here, which is a long lost nephew whom I released in exchange for him converting to our fate. So this house Mugitid now looks like they are gonna be an important part of our realm. We have my nephew here, he's the son of my sister Cecilia. She was first married to Count Jamil's father here, and then my father married her off to the Emir of Portugal, and even though he's now... Oh no, it was some man of Zaragoza. No, I think it was the Emir of Portugal, yeah. She was sent off to Galicia to marry this man, Duke Hermenegildo, and she is still there in Santiago working as a spymaster and court physician. So maybe she will return to be with her son, or she probably has a new family over here, and that's up to her, that's her choice. So one of our shorter term goals are to form a kingdom, and I want to form the kingdom of Aragon. To do that I need to control all of Zaragoza, and that I cannot do now because we have a truce with Al-Sark, but we can go after our rival house here, Banu Musa. A couple of episodes back we became rivals with this house after some man of the house Banu Musa was here she is. She had a conflict. She was married to this Banu Musa man and had a conflict with one of his cousins or brothers, and now she is imprisoned. So we want to see if we can free my sister and at the same time get revenge on the Banu Musas. Because my character here, he is vengeful, even though he's also compassionate, so he's not a cruel man, but he's vengeful and he won't take this slight against his sister and our family lightly. Navarra, they are currently in a war with Al-Sark. They declared war against them when they saw that we were at war with Al-Sark. They wanted to take advantage of the situation. It's not going well for them, and it probably won't get better now when Al-Sark doesn't have to worry about us. But still, we lost an ally. In the last episode we were allied with Portugal, but it was this sister. She unfortunately died of sickness, and our alliance with Portugal fell apart because of this. It wasn't that much of a problem because Portugal, they were also allied with Al-Sark and on their side in this conflict. But we need a new good alliance, and I have my daughter here, and this is the way of the world in this time of age, that you use your children to get ahead in politics. I suppose people still do that in some respect, at least some classes of society have this thinking still, but it is more explicit in CK3 and in the medieval ages. So we're gonna see if we can get some good alliance here. We could marry her to the Sultan of... no, he's not the Sultan of Al-Andalus. And we wouldn't want to marry her to a fourth. She's 9-year-old. People do this kind of stuff in medieval ages, and you can definitely do it in CK3, but if I don't have to, I will not marry my 9-year-old off to a 43-year-old man. Here's a much better choice, Prince Duluf ibn Rahat of Al-Andalus. He is the son of this man, and it will give me an alliance with the Malekate of Al-Andalus. It's a strong alliance. He's got 4,900 men. It will definitely be a good alliance for us, especially since Al-Andalus, they don't hold lands that we are interested in, so being allied with them can be good also going forward, and it will be, I think, a small progress towards ending this phase of the struggle and getting a new chance to go towards the ending we are striving for. So let's get this marriage going here. Let's run the game. Yeah, there we have good alliance. And now we should see about declaring this war on Navarra. We can do this border raid CV. I haven't used this because I might use it once I get the borders I want, but I'm not sure what the shore kingdom of Aragon is and what it looks like, but the Duchy of Navarra could definitely be a part of this, so we want to have this. So we will do this struggle clash. It's a cheap prestige cost for us, so we can do this. Unfortunately, we can only take one, because with the struggle clash CB you can take all bordering counties. There's only one, but Navarra is a good county to hold, and I think my sister is in prison there as well. So here already has an army here. They are at war with Alsace, like I said, so maybe they will now turn and try to go towards us. So where shall we raise our forces? Maybe in a somewhat safe location back home, so that they don't get caught by this army while we are raising them. Here they are gathering. It won't take long, and let's see if we can get help by our new ally here. It will cost a lot of prestige calling him. How much for my other ally? Much less prestige. Probably it might be enough with his 1,026 men, our old trusted ally of the Sheikh of Isbilia here. He's been a good help recently for us, so let's call him, and if I feel that I need to later, I can call on Al-Andalus as well, but 350 prestige is a lot. So here we are. We can go and try and beat their army while they are trying to siege there. Could be a good thing. And here's my best commander, Count Dan of Sobrarbe. He's a 32 martial man and a rough terrain expert, and these are forests, so it should count as rough terrain if we can catch them there. Let's go and see if we can do that. He is running away, but we can catch him, it looks like. They will defend in forest, but I have a lot more advantages on my side, and I failed now to sway Count Berenguer here, but he likes me. He likes me enough by now, so I was thinking I would like to mend things with my nephew here. There was some storytelling in the last episode when he was our prisoner in the war, and he had sat down in Duke Geoffrey's tent and had a conversation. It's a long way to go because he definitely don't like us, but I think I will try to sway him. Yeah, let's do it and see if we can reunite the family here. No, he is not of our house, but still he is blood, so. And he could be a good vassal. Maybe we can get him to hold Sadacusta for us in the future or something. So I want to see about that. And now see if we can catch them sieging there. Looks like yes, we are on our way. And there we go. Battle has started. We are winning. Yes, decisive win here. My Count Gunnar wounded one of their knights. That's great. Yeah, good win there. And now we should go and see if we can siege their capital. It looks like we can catch them there, but I'm not sure they will have defensive advantage in the mountains. But yeah, let's go for it anyway. Our force outnumber them by a significant margin, and it could be good to beat down on them again. Even though they are defending in the mountains here. That was good, and now I will take command of the siege, because I'm a siege commander. We already have 50% war score after 2 successful battles, and we have beaten down on their forces quite a bit now. And my wife is pregnant. It's great. She is trying to romance me as well, I seem to remember, so maybe this can be a love story with her and Duke Geoffrey. Well, here we are. I took his son and heir prisoned. Could be good to hold one of our rival house imprisoned, but being a compassionate man, I'm not sure that how he would feel about keeping a 9-year-old as hostage. Well, maybe he will consider it. It doesn't mean that he will treat him cruelly, but still, how much is he worth in the war score? Captured heir, 50%. So let's see, I've got 55 from occupying counties, and I wish there was an easy way to see how much of the total war score the prisoner is worth. Maybe I can see this here. Oh, it's the same interface here. I've got from battles won max 65 from holdings. So if I'm interpreting this correctly, my war score should be enough even with this heir. So maybe we should. Yeah, he's worth 100 gold. I will have this 100 gold for this. Fortun Lubes Banamusa. I will ransom him before we end this war, because otherwise he will just be released in the peace. And our war score even without him should be enough. So let's see about that. Yeah, and we still have 100% war score. This war was short and swift. Great. Force our demands. So be it. And now I am the holder of County of Navarra here, but I cannot hold on to it unless I get rid of some other holding, because I'm now over my domain limit by 2. Does this mean that I also hold some? Yeah, I'm holding a bishopric here, so let's grant this bishopric to a local man. Bishop Luz of Lizarra is now vassal there. And then Navarra is its own, the Show Duchy here. Things will get mixed up by themselves, but I'm kind of I like to try to keep my duchies somewhat the borders somewhat intact. You cannot win this struggle without doing some seriously gamey stuff, but you can try to not give lands here to a man holding Mallorca, for instance. We should see who we will give this land to. So my current domain, my personal holdings are around Barcelona here, and this is good. And I also hold Carcassonne up here, which is also good to hold on to. It's a good defensive position there. It would still be a good defensive position with a vassal, and maybe someday we will have to consider giving this away as well. But I think it's better now if we give Navarra away. It has development of 7, whereas Carcassonne has a development of 8. So it's a cool location, you know. Pamplona is a nice city, and kind of a nice part of Spain up here in the mountains, the Basque lands. So who should we give this to? Well, for the longest time I really have considered my sister's husband here, because I cannot give it to her because we don't have, our laws won't allow it. But my sister here, she was for quite a long time, she was my heir before I've got a lot of children now, but for the longest time she was my heir. She's also my court tutor. The only thing is she's a good court tutor, so I'm not sure I want to. I think I like to have her around in my court. Yeah, probably this is how it is. Duke Geoffrey here, he has grown close to his big sister. They're grown up together, and she is the court tutor. So I don't think he wants to send her away by giving her husband lands. Could go with her daughter's husband here, or maybe I should go with my lover's son. This could be something in the storytelling. You know, she has. We met her out on a hunt. We have 3 children with her, and she has kept quiet of this to keep our relationship a secret. My bastard sons here, they are not in the inheritance, but maybe she has convinced. She's a scheming, an evil antagonist is her personality. She is callous, diligent, and vengeful. So she probably wants something out of this love affair with this one-legged, gout-ridden man, I should say. So in bed, she has convinced him that I will not announce to the world that Clemens here is your son, because if she did, this would mean that people would consider him a contender to have a claim to the Duchy of Barcelona. But maybe she thinks that I will name him the Count of Navarra and give him his own lands. People, of course, will wonder why I'm giving this 5-year-old son of a courtier lands. Duke Geoffrey here, he will have to make up some story about that, and I, the player, will have to think about some plausible story that he would tell the court. It's definitely not the best for gameplay purposes, best choice to do this, but it could be interesting further down the line for the story, and it kind of fits with the story I'm building here. So let's grant him County of Navarra. See if he can hold on to it. He will have a hard time ruling as a 5-year-old boy there, but maybe he can get himself some good counselors to help him or something like that. There we go. Now you are a mighty count of House Pamplona with the house words I befriend. Well, sounds friendly. We shall see what becomes of this house in the future. He is now considered a bastard founder. I think bastards can take a decision to form their own house, but now this was kind of forced upon him. So I will have to see in the future there someone can reveal that he's actually my son, and then he will have a claim to my title, and it can lead to some stuff. Right, but we won this war here, which was definitely victory for us against our rival house. And did I free my sister? No, I didn't. Where is she? Where are you, sister? She's imprisoned by this Emil here, and now, so she's probably here. He took her, he brought her with him when he fled down here to Navarra. There is no option for me to try and free her in any way. Doesn't look like. No. So we failed in freeing our sister, but that only means that we have more vengeance to wreak on this house of Banu Musa. Here's a king of Leon holding on to a county. Now he has some more lands over here, right? And here's another independent Banu Musa. What's the shore of this? It's Navarra. I could go and declare on him right away, maybe I should. I cannot declare on him now because now we have a truce. But I could snatch this land up. If I don't, he would probably either be vassalized by his brother of Navarra here or conquered by Alsace or someone, or Castile. So it might be good just to snatch these lands while we can. We are raising our armies up in the mountains here. It will take them a couple of days. And here's this feud I was talking about with the House of Barcelona. It involves my sister Joanna, And this is the head of the house who are rivals, Emil Lub-Ises. Please, Joanna Mules, this insane grudge has got to stop. I am scared to go anywhere and I jump at the merest mention of a Banamusa. My sister is clearly shaken. I am torn between the risks posed to my family and the need to teach Emil Lub a lesson. So I can declare this feud over and done with. It wouldn't be in my vengeful nature to do this though. Or I can say no, we must finish what we started. Yeah, and since he still holds my sister imprisoned, I mean, we married her to this house as a way to try and befriend them, and they treated her badly and has now imprisoned her. We must finish what we started. We will teach them that you shall not go mess with anyone from House Barcelona. He is standing there ready to defend in the mountains. That's probably a good choice of him, because having good defensive position is his only advantage here. I'd prefer not to attack in the mountains, but he will just stand there otherwise, so we need to get him down from there, and we shall have this Count Dan here, very useful man, this Viking commander, leading when we advance up the mountains. Here we go, and it... No, I got smallpox while this battle rages on here. With the first wave of fever and vomiting, I desperately hoped it was nothing worse than sweating sickness, and I did get a little better. I rose from my bed, returned to my duties. For a week all was well, until I noticed the first red spots in my mouth. Indeed, these lesions are a sure sign of smallpox, very dangerous if left untreated, says my court physician here, Manel. He has good learning and he is a novice physician. So will I... Vengeful, compassionate and temperate. So it's not... his personality says that I can go either way here, do no more than what is necessary, or it's too late for caution. No, I think he will go for... He will risk a risky treatment that can have miraculous effects. No, I got disfigured. Disastrous mistreatment. Manel gave me a draught which tasted most peculiar. It made me feel numb and my eyelids started drooping. I apologize, my lord, but you do not want to be awake for this next part, he said. Panic hit me and I tried to get up from the operating table, but my limbs would not obey. I thought it would be impossible to feel worse than I already did, but Manel sure proved me wrong. So he has had a hard life, Duke Geoffrey. He lost his leg as a young man when he was commanding his father's army, Duke Geoffrey I. He later got gout-ridden, got smallpox, and he is now also disfigured from this treatment that this man did. I mean, he knows that he was informed of the risks with this treatment, but I think this might have tipped the scales for him when it comes to being compassionate and forgiving, because he is also vengeful. And even though somewhere in his mind he recognizes that this man probably tried with something that he thought was a good treatment, and that he didn't do this with ill intent, but still being disfigured on top of all his other ailments and pains, it probably means that he's compassionate, so I don't think he will execute him for this, but I will throw him in jail for it at least. There we are, and we are at least winning this battle here. That is good, but I am now dying. You are at death's doorstep, because his health wasn't the best to start with, and now it's definitely not better. But I will need to search for a physician. We will send word that we need a new physician after last one was thrown in jail for this. So the battle was won. I wonder if he... apparently he can still command this army, even though he is at death's doorstep. Maybe he is with the army here, so he will, and he's not going to partake in the fighting in his condition, but he can still lend his expertise in as a siege commander here, a military engineer, to this siege. So let's try this and see how long he survives, because sometimes you can recover even if you have this doorstep here. It's likely that he will die, but there's a small chance that he will survive. And here we have a new court physician. It is Loop. This world is full of dangers, even to a duke and his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. So Lope, with a 10 learning, a robust trait, and being an astute intellectual, is expensive but more experienced than Ibrahim Burgusid here, who's not. He's a reveler and a decent military man, but he really doesn't look like a physician. So I will hire Loop here. He is not the best physician I've ever seen, but he was the best one available. And let's get him married to this woman here. I like to get my courtiers married. Well, there we have it. Duke Geoffrey is dead. Duke Geoffrey II of Barcelona has found peace in Christ's embrace at 40 years of age. He died from smallpox, horribly disfigured. He spent his last years unable to show his face in public. Duke Geoffrey ascends to the throne, merely 10 years old. He will need to rely on the council during his first years of rule. So my 10-year-old boy has to step up here, and he will partake in the Iberian Struggle. It's what this picture here says. This is a nice view here. I think I like the artwork. So now I'm in a precarious situation. I'm in a war. We are winning this war as it stands now, but he will also have a lot of problems with his vassals. There's many around now that will try to take advantage of the fact that we have a 10-year-old on the throne here in Barcelona. So I should appoint some councillors. Also above the main limit, which is I think I would try to hold on to this domain until he comes of age. I don't get why. I should still be allied to this Malik of Al-Andalus, because my sister is betrothed to him, but I don't have the alliance here. And my brother now, he got the Duchy of Mallorca and became independent. So they gave him Mallorca, which was held by Count Gunnar here of this house Sterki, and he is now an independent ruler there. Alright, I'll probably have a claim to. Yeah, I have got a claim to it, so I could at some point go subjugate my brother or take his lands. I will have to see how this relationship between them plays out. So I got this bishop here. He's the only one in my council at the moment. So let's see who we should appoint. I will reappoint Count Dan here. This 32 martial man as marshal, doing what he's best at. And as spy master, I think I will have to trust my father's cousin here. That he was a former spy master. I don't really have. There are some courtiers who would be better, but he doesn't hate me all that much. I can make him not dislike me by appointing him to the council, and also it's probably best if it's kind of expensive to send him a gift, and putting him on the council made his opinion positive, so that's good. And now as Stuart, let's try to appease our cousin here. He's not a great Stuart, but as a challenge ruler, I really need to do all I can to have my vassals on my side here. He still hates me, but at least a little bit less now. And then as Chancellor, I could... these people, they hate me. He hates me so much, this Count de Azul, and he's not good. And Count Berenguer, he would have been decent spy master though, but since he hates me this much, it wouldn't be good to have him as spy master, especially since he has a claim on the duchy. So let's have Count Roger Bernard here. He is a count and a vassal. He is a weak vassal, but still a vassal, so let's appoint him as Chancellor. He's decent at the job at least. Right, now we have a council, and it can definitely be fun to play as a child. You get the chance to see those events you get when you are tutored. Speaking of which, who is my guardian? It was my father. He is now dead, and I am having a martial education, a rowdy, patient and arrogant boy. Right, he's also a twin. He has his twin sister here. She's the one betrothed to this prince here. Right, but I should see about getting a guardian. And here's my mother now. She is pregnant. I could use her for an alliance, but I think it's probably a good thing to have my mother around. She can help me, I hope. Why can't I choose a guardian for myself? Let's run the game for 2 days and see if this changes anything. Appoint a ward. Yeah, here we have it. Well, since I'm having a martial education, how about letting myself be educated by Count Dan here? I mean, he's the best martial man we have, and his stats otherwise are great. Compassionate, impatient, fickle, and diligent. He's got some decent skills. And probably it could also be interesting to see what can happen if I let myself be educated by this man. Yeah, let's try this. And let's also send him a gift of 100 gold for 11 opinion. Nah, it's not worth it. So we'll just have to risk it that he doesn't like me very much, but is still my guardian. Here's the feud. With the passing of my father, Duke Geoffrey, I now found myself questioning our family's dispute with House Banu Musa. Ismail's foolishness of El Mesanda may have demanded a response, but is it in our best interest for this to continue? House Barcelona looks to me for leadership to ensure its survival and respect, but perhaps enough blood has been spilled pursuing this vendetta. There's my dead father, and there's this Emil Lub. He's as an arrogant boy, arrogant and patient. So he will, I think, he will decide that this feud continues. He's arrogant, so he doesn't think that, why should we be afraid of this house? We will crush them. That's what he thinks. And also he's patient, so he thinks that, well, we will bide our time, and we will get to them, the Banu Musas, eventually. So I will continue this feud. You grew up hating Emil Lub, so now he is my rival. Alright. Well, this is certainly a very interesting situation for us. And I will... there's a lot of things to look at, but that will have to be in the next episode. That will probably be uploaded next weekend. On Tuesdays and Thursdays I try to find time to upload my House Kolp Let's Play series. And if you want to encourage me to keep on doing this stuff, my storytelling and role-playing for YouTube, consider subscribing. This is a great encouragement for me to continue with this. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope I see you soon. Goodbye.